Lieutenant Colonel Corby Koehler has always been service-oriented, and that's a tried-and-true trait as far back as the family tree goes. Both of Corby's grandfathers served in World War II, and his father is a Vietnam War veteran. Corby's own military experience now spans more than 30 years, which has given him plenty of time to make a significant difference for those around him. Corby enlisted in the Minnesota Army National Guard in 1991 while still in high school. He has served on 3 overseas deployments and numerous domestic deployments, and he currently works as the commander of the Army Aviation Support Facility at Holman Airfield in St. Paul. This was certainly the life for him. As soon as he got in the cockpit, he was hooked. Flying helicopters was just a phenomenal experience, Corby said. I loved it. That kept me going. Corby's bedrock came at Bemidji State University, which he calls the foundation for his education. He originally enrolled for a model building program that boasted a 100% employment rate, both attractive elements that drew him in. Within the first year, he discovered 2 things. That program wasn't for him, but BSU certainly was. Corby forged a new path within criminal justice and sociology. He was fascinated by how those fields intersected with one another, and he was always interested in law enforcement. He also played football for the Beavers and was on the first team that ever jumped in the lake after a homecoming victory. The structure was good for him. Corby kept his grades up to remain eligible for football and to get college costs covered. The Army kept him on a graduation path, keeping him on campus and allowing him the avenues to make the lifelong friends he still keeps in contact with. Corby graduated from BSU in 1997 and launched deeper into public and military service. Perhaps most notably, his unwavering determination in creating intelligence reform training within the Army. Corby noticed that there was a significant and dangerous gap in aviation intelligence training, and so he set forth to do something about it. He didn't make many friends in the process because his efforts threatened the status quo, resulting in tangible career risk, but he published 3 articles addressing the current shortfalls of Army aviation intelligence. At the time of publication in 2013, no other articles were known to address or even remotely discuss the topic. It wasn't exactly a popular article in a lot of ways. I got a lot of general officers really angry at me, Corby said, but it ended up driving a lot of conversation. The 20-page paper gained attention at senior levels within the Department of Defense, sparking healthy debate and ultimately bringing about change. The articles motivated the Army to eventually set up a 3-week intelligence course to cover many of the issues that Corby identified. The paper had such an impact that it didn't simply win an award, it inspired the creation of a new award, especially for it. Looking back, Corby knows that BSU played a central role in all the successes that followed. To me, Bemidji State is where I fall back to, he said. I wish I would have been a better leader back then, but it put me on a path to becoming a better leader. Leaders are created, not born. Bemidji State's always been close to my mind.